We on?
Yep.
We on? We didn't even do a fucking mic test. You don't even know if we on.
No,
we on. We should be on.
Internet might say we on. That motherfucker's like, oh, I don't know what's going on. Alright, man. It's What the Fuck Wednesday. It's your boy Marco from Upside Down Studios. I'm here with fucking Corey.
Yep.
And look, you're going to have to get some liveliness, too. You're going to start that. Maybe that's why the fucking show was dead yesterday, too. He's like, yeah,
maybe.
we got the next song. You sound like a snuffleupagus yesterday, man. Don't be snuffleupagus in my show. You ain't going to be snuffy in my shit, man. The fuck?
Word.
Get some energy to you. You know, Ricky was one of the most mellow motherfuckers I know, and he had some life to his ass. What the hell?
He said, what the hell going on?
He did the fucking Vital show, motherfucker. We got fucking Greg here.
What up, y'all?
And we just got a guest lingering at the table. What was your name, man? You here? You gonna say something? Say something.
My name's Phil.
Phil? It's just Phil from around the way.
Yeah,
It's like Jenny from the block.
Mm-hmm. It's Phil.
It's Phil. I'm Phil. So we got anything coming up or anything going on or whatever?
No, not yet.
No.
But we do have something, but we ain't announcing shit yet. So
No, we got a few things in the workings.
Yep.
So just
sit back and relax.
yeah. Check out what's going on and feel the flow.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to see what we were gonna touch on first. Dude, do you watch any of the fucking the Marvel movies or anything?
Yeah, damn it. I watched almost all of them.
What?
I ain't seen the last Avengers, so.
I kind
What
of
is
got
it? Endgame or whatever? I ain't see that one.
I kind of got into a discussion with a few people, and I think by taking the fucking, by taking Marvel over to Disney, I think I got this mic way too close to my face. Feels like I got like a dick slinging in front of me. They're fucking it up, dude.
It took that number. Keep going.
They're just fucking it up, man. They're Disney-fying everything. I've seen a couple of the trailer clips or teaser clips for
The Disney Plus. Remember the Simpsons
I got
one
Disney
last night? When we was watching The Simpsons, they had like Bart moon the people.
Yeah.
What was he dressed like, Iron Man?
Or no, Batman.
Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse. Yeah.
Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
Homer was like Iron Man and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
That shit was funny though.
Yeah, I actually got Disney Plus because The Mandalorian is the shit. But as far as the Marvel shit goes, like I said, a teaser trailer of like the What If series, and it was the one with Peggy Hill or Peggy Carter. No, Peggy Hill is from King of the Hill. Peggy Carter, and I guess she became Captain America instead of Rogers or whatever. Excuse me. But it all looked like it was Cinderella drawn, like the old school. And I understand, like they're trying to give the feel of the back in the day, old, the 50s or whatever when that took place. But dude, come on, man. We are way past that whole. They're just. It seemed like real lazy animation and shit like that. I mean, and for the stories and for the way Marvel was going before Disney like took over everything, I feel like Marvel would have done all the same like shows, but would have did it in a fucking movie, which would have been 1,000 times goddamn better. All this going to animation shit is just, they're gonna do the same thing to fucking all the Marvel movies as they did to fucking Star Wars. You ever watch George Lucas sit back and critique the last few Star Wars movies? Dude, He fucking talks so much shit about them fucking movies. He's like, I can't fucking believe my name. Like, and he says it like that. I can't fucking believe my name is on this shit. And he's going off and he's like, oh, yep, we needed a couple more of them fucking floating around here. So you could tell totally that he was not happy with whatever Lucasfilms or the whole Star Wars shit, turned into. And it, Star Wars became more of a Disney space movie instead of Star Wars. And I mean, it was a pretty fucking PG movie to begin with, if that. So why would you fuck it up, man? It was just terrible. But who do you think's gonna be the next big bad guy in that shit?
And what? Star Wars? I don't watch it. Oh, you talking about Marvel?
Look, you higher than I am?
I'm pretty rich.
What the fuck?
The last thing we was talking about was Star Wars, so that's why I thought you was talking about that.
Well, the original, conversation though was about
the Marvels. Yeah.
So who do you think gonna be the next big bad guy? I'm trying to hold off on the politics shit. So, I'm trying to delve into something that you said you've seen all the fucking movies, so what the fuck?
Depends on what movie they running it off of, though, because they got so many fucking movies.
Yeah, but they all tie into one.
Yeah, but it depends on really what brands. Like, say if they make like another Ant-Man, it ain't gonna be the same. That's gonna like the same bad guy that's gonna be in the Avengers or gonna be in.
Well,
fucking,
no, I don't mean it like that. Like, cause each and every one of the movies that they came out, they all had their own bad guys.
But you mean like Avenger-wise?
It was all like building up to the whole Thanos thing. Each and every movie, somebody said something about Thanos. So, and it kind of built to that.
So it's gonna be like the Avengers bad guy.
There's some rumors saying that they're gonna bring Galactus in, but I don't see them bringing Galactus in. And then
but they ain't just gonna bring her in. They're gonna bring someone else in with it.
Well, it'll
gonna be a couple of them.
There'll have to be a herald. They'll have to bring out the Fantastic Four first. They'll have to bring out a shit ton of other movies before they even think about that. And then, when they supposedly they're doing the Gore the God Butcher storyline with the new Thor movie. I don't know if you ever heard about that storyline. But
I didn't even know they was making a new one yet.
It's called Love and Thunder. It's gonna be a female Thor. Yeah.
Probably gonna be the chick that he always with, one of the news ladies.
Not Valkyrie. It's gonna be the white chick from the first one. Oh, what the fuck was her name?
Yeah, like the reporter or
the scientist. Girl.
Yeah, the scientist lady. Yeah.
Yeah, but that whole storyline is somehow she ended up with the hammer, but it started giving her cancer or whatever, or she had cancer and the hammer. When she became Thor, the female Thor, stopped cancer, but when she turned back into human, then she became, started fucking her up again. But I guess from what, a lot of the film, I guess, leaked things, whatever, saying they're going to Gore the God Butcher thing, which will kind of leak, if they do it the way they're talking about, into, Venom.
Yeah.
Because, supposedly in the comic book,
that's what I want to see is Venom.
They're got a new one. They just announced a third one coming out.
Of what, Venom?
Yeah, with Cletus and with Carnage, and there's gonna be Shriek.
You said third one? You mean second one?
Well, he's gonna be in the Spider-Man also.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Did I see that right? Dude, as much shit as I packed into my brain over the fact. But yeah, no, I might be wrong. No, because they're talking about the crossover and coming home or whatever, because Mysterio ain't supposed to be dead yet. And, or he's not dead, he's the one fucking pulling all this shit. Spider-Man goes to jail, ain't got no web slingers, gets his ass whooped, everybody trying to kill him. Shit like that there. And then, in the Venom movie, it's supposed to have Spider-Man. That's where I might have mixed it up. Spider-Man's going to be in that one, too, to help him against Carnage, because I guess Shriek's going to be in there. But they're going to consider Venom and Shriek mutants, and that's how they're going to probably end up bringing the X-Men into shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's gonna be some off the wall shit. But the way it bleeds into the gore thing, like supposedly this alien, his whole race or whatever worshipped gods, but they were always poor and nothing ever good happened. So he didn't believe in, he stopped believing in the gods. Well, one day he seen two gods fighting, and the one god fucking went to kill the other god, and he killed him, but the other god was like wounded real bad. So the fucking alien picked up the fucking sword and killed the other god, because he figured that, alright, well, gods are real, and they still didn't give a fuck about us. Well, then I guess this sword, some kind of sword that they're saying was like a symbiote, so it gives fucking Gore all these powers and shit, like almost like he's a Venom type deal, and he starts killing gods. So he starts going after all the fucking Thors of the past, the future, and all that shit. Crazy shit.
Mm-hmm.
But see, fucker, I know more than fucking just politics.
That's like
And
all
Greg
that shit.
still fucking just sat there and didn't speak a word.
That's like all that shit you just said is in like this Marbles game I'm playing on my phone. They got like all the fucking like Thors, like
Dude,
the
I
past
started
and all
fucking
that
playing
shit.
that, man. It ate up so much memory on my phone. And I played it
They
because
don't
it was
even eat that
supposed to
much
give
a
you
month.
fucking like codes and shit for the Xbox games or whatever.
Yeah, Marvel Champions I play, but they got like all of them. How like they got a Venom and Howard the Duck fucking like mixture on it.
Yeah,
One of the
man,
characters you unlock.
I gotta start.
I
I
ain't
haven't
know
played
Marvel
any
had
of my
direct
games
to all
for a
of that.
minute, but yeah, dude,
To
Marvel.
like Howard the Duck and all that shit.
Well, a lot of it they got from Fox.
Yeah,
I mean, but yeah, Marvel did Howard the Duck. That was an actual fucking comic book.
yeah. I remember
Dude,
seeing the
even
movie
Throg,
so long
even the
ago.
frog, fucking Thor, Throg. He
Yeah.
was an actual fucking character, and it was a Spider Ham.
Yeah.
That fucking ham, the pigs.
Yeah.
Fucking, yeah, that was real shit.
Yeah, like-
I think I might have had one of them comic books.
on that Spideyverse shit. Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah, so those comics fucking existed.
Yeah,
What's this? Kid Rock's fucking restaurant. I don't know.
I seen that, but I didn't read it because I was low man
After
was here when I seen it.
profane Oprah rant goes viral, but he says he's not racist. Why are they always saying it's a see? Yeah, because that'll go into the Kamala Harris shit that's really pissing me off. Like we ain't even fucking 14 minutes into the show. Now we ain't even gonna touch that. Not just yet.
Not
We
yet.
gonna-
We
gonna
just
at least
warming
let-
up.
we gonna at least let the show simmer up for an hour. Hey, where's the torch? We're
Same
missing
spot as
we're
always
missing the
been,
torch
probably.
on the table again, man. You always have me looking up there to grab the torch. Torch not there.
I've been there like the last couple of days.
Like, it
Oh yeah,
went from-
hey if y'all
it went
listening, we
from
ain't
over
talking about
there-
smoking meth.
It went from over there.
That ain't
to
why you
over
heard
there.
torch. We don't do that.
What are you talking about?
Usually when someone said get the torch, never mind.
Damn, motherfucker, I don't know what the hell
conversation.
you talking
I
about.
just told them guys no. That ain't what we talking about.
I was like, Bobby, what the hell? How can you fail English when you speak English?
A lot of people fail that class. I don't know. I passed it because I do speak English. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, look,
So,
check that shit out, Greg.
I know.
Greg, that was the universe right there.
What's
I
that?
told you it had a kickstand somewhere, that bitch.
A little cow and shit. Boom.
Look, I was tripping. I was like, I know this fucker got a kickstand. So what happened? His restaurant closed. Oprah shut his shit down. You don't talk nothing about Oprah.
She shut it
You
down
don't,
after that.
you
huh?
don't talk. Man, everybody thought fucking Michelle Obama was the head black woman
No,
in charge
never-
of you.
never that.
No, that's fucking Oprah. Oprah had Michelle shut the fuck down.
Should knew that. That's
You
why
know-
they went on her show.
You know,
She ain't go to White House. They went to
Yeah,
her
they went to Oprah's house.
They went to her shit.
You know,
It was.
she was
In the
like, I
interview,
ain't
they
going.
went there.
No, you can come to my house.
Yeah.
You need me to send you a car. That car you rolling in look kind of shoddy.
Yeah.
You know, that's motherfucking Oprah.
She cooked for
You
him.
know?
I got that. If someone cooked, she
Shit.
might not have.
Oh, she didn't cook.
No, someone
she
did.
had somebody cook. She probably had 40 fucking slaves in the basement cooking. She thought she was in the color purple or
Yeah, I was
something.
just about to say that color purple.
Silly. Nettie. Us loves Hoppo. You ever see that movie?
Yeah.
The Color Purple? Dude,
Yeah.
I fucking love that movie. I love Hoppo with all my heart. But he hit me again. I'll kill him. Oh, dude. That makes me want to watch it. You know that movie probably would not fucking fly these days, man. Somebody would fucking have a fucking politically correct goddamn
yeah, Oprah would have to shut him up because she was like the star of the movie.
Yeah,
that's how she like came up.
I can see Oprah just popping out in her Sealy dress. Look.
And Oprah did this shit herself.
You can look under your chair right now. There's an ass whooping for you. There's an ass whooping for you. There's an ass whooping for you. Ass whoopings for everybody. You gonna shut the fuck up. You know, and Oprah goes to the Bilderberger meetings, man. You know, there ain't no Obamas go to no Bilderberger meetings. You know, Trump ain't even been to a Bilderberger meeting. You know who been to that shit? The Bushes. The Bushes been to that shit. The Bilderbergers are like top notch there. You know that. Yeah, Oprah be there all the time.
Man, killing, huh?
She goes up there kicking. She's the man. Bilderbergers are the ones who gets the reports from CERN. You know, that's the Hadron Collider in fucking Switzerland. You know, that's the thing that they're ripping open holes in dimensions with. Like big ones, not quantum computer sized ones. Like fucking drive a fucking bus through or a tank through size holes.
Mm-hmm.
And I noticed, ain't been much talk about that shit, so gotta be some shady shit going on with that there. You know what the Hadron Collider is?
No.
You don't know what the Hadron Collider is?
Mm-hmm.
Me either.
Dude, as many times I talked about CERN, the particle smasher that's like one of the biggest machines in the world, and then they Mandela affected and said all of a sudden, you know, the U.S. has one too, which we still don't hear about anymore. I guess the Asians are building another one, but anyways, they're taking atoms and they're just sending them at this enormous rate of speed, which is, if you look at the numbers, supposedly we ain't supposed to be able to get the light speed or break light speed. But then what the fuck are these things doing when they hit? Because they'll say you got points so much before light speed. All right, well then the other one got points so much before light speed. But when they smack each other, it's way over light speed.
Yeah.
Now, the reason the theory on what they're trying to figure out is they're trying to figure out the smallest piece of existence, the smallest piece of life, the smallest that I believe it's they already said they found the Higgs boson, which is supposedly the God particle. It's like the
I remember you talking about that before.
Smallest particle there is in existence. But supposedly it gets a little deeper than that. Now, scientifically, that's already fucked up because, you don't know what, nuclear fucking, like weaponry, whole nuclear fission, that is very small particles. That is a very small amount of shit just smacking into each other and taking out, chunks of the earth. So now you're dealing with like a whole bunch of shit smacking. You know what I'm saying? They've already had plenty of fuck ups, and the first time they kicked it on and fucked up is when the Mandela effects first started happening. I mean, it traced back to the early 90s, maybe early 2000s, late 90s. But yeah, there's all kind of conspiracy shits with CERN and all that stuff, and what conspiracy scientific wise says they're trying to open a hole into another dimension, and they pretty much, I guess, mimicked the ziggurat of Ur, which Saddam Hussein had found in the litter box over there. And that's why the big reason why we hit fucking Iraq and Saddam shit the first time, just and sacked them so hard. We didn't hit oil fields. We didn't hit the fucking the Capitol building. We didn't hit anything that the banks, anything like that. We fucking hit the libraries. We hit the museums. We hit the palace, the basement of the palace. You know, we hit all that shit, and we took over the ziggurat. Now, Saddam fortified it and put some ramps in that motherfucker. But pretty much left the rest of it, the whole interior of it, and very few people are allowed to, still to this day, allowed to, video it or whatever. Yeah. But on the fucking wall, looks like a stone version of the Hadron Collider. The end of the fucking Hadron Collider. It's real fucking weird. And supposedly these, they're like portals. They're making big, the interdimensional shit. But they don't know what's on the other fucking side. They don't know if something's coming through. They don't know if they can close this shit. At least that's from what I know about everything about it. But yeah, and then for the longest time, there was only one. And then out of nowhere, and I follow that shit pretty well. All of a sudden, there was one in America. They have one here. Wait a minute. Wait a fucking minute. That's like... It takes over Switzerland. Was it Switzerland? Maybe a piece of France. And another country, dude. It's like 3 countries fucking big. This machine. So where the fuck are we even... A tiny one. Like half the size. You would need a whole state to even compare. To even think about. And then a machine that small dealing with that much power. Dude, you're blowing a fucking belly button in the earth, dude. I mean, if done wrong, you are blown. And then what's the really significance of it? To make a portal somewhere you don't know where you're going? How about you just go into the ocean? Let's start mapping a fucking ocean. We know fucking all about Mars. We know all about the fucking moon. We know all about Europa and fucking Venus and Cassiopeia and fucking all the constellations and all that shit. We don't know dick about the ocean. We know about coastlines. Maybe a few miles out. But I mean, there's like, I think they said it was like 70-80% of the fucking ocean that has no, there's no map to it. There's no nothing. There's one, I forget, what the fuck was his name? Something Stone? Maybe Oliver Stone? No. One of the fucking directors, man, he did an expedition down to the bottom of the Mariana Trench, which is supposed to be the deepest, bottom of the fucking ocean, I guess, or whatever. And there's a door down there in the fucking, he said there's a fucking door. What the fuck is the door doing at the bottom of this fucking, just on the wall? How do you even explain that? And, they show footage, but, it's all, you ain't gonna get HD in the fucking water, man. I mean, yeah, what the fuck is that? That's like some, Truman Show type shit.
Truman Show.
Just open a door and walk through and be like, hey, wait, the fuck is this? This is a movie set? What the hell?
Truman, I just love that shit.
Dude, that movie's fucked up.
I know, it is.
It had me thinking.
Yeah, when you watch it, I look at the sky
thinking
what
all
the fuck?
kind of shit.
Why does the dude keep riding by?
Yeah, I'd be like, look, am I tripping? What's going on here? We gonna have to talk. Stop! Or just the people just jumping out of nowhere and acting like with the banners or taking the pictures and shit. Remember when they were just falling over fucking fences? Or you just fucking be off into the distance on your boat and then just come to a wall.
I don't know what I would do.
Wait a minute. What the fuck is going on here? There is no... Wait a minute. And then there was steps there. Yeah. That's what fucked it all up. There was fucking steps there. How do you even explain that? I think I'd have had to go back home. I'd have got back on the boat and went back home. And then I'd have woke up the next day, had me a nice, good breakfast. I wouldn't have got high or nothing. I wouldn't have got high. I'd have made sure I had some good coffee and a good breakfast. And my camera, make sure my phone was all nice and charged and put in a little waterproof case. You know, maybe have a GoPro with me, just, you know, a lot of recording type shit with me. And I'm taking my boat back out. I'm going back. And if the wall is there, I'm going to take pictures and videos. And then I'm gonna take my boat back home.
Oh, you gonna go back home again?
Fucking right, because you know what? I don't know if I want to get into that whole new dimension. Because at that point, be it, you know, it's still in our dimension, but not in my reality. In my reality, I still got good shit going on here. Yeah, my show hasn't been canceled yet, motherfucker. So I think I got another few seasons. Yeah. I'm going back to the good life. You got me fucked up. Phil, you want some fucking some of that? Sure. Well, fuck, I ain't serving you, motherfucker.
And grab a glass, man.
He's like,
yeah.
Been your order once.
I didn't even know she was up in there.
Yeah. She don't look too happy about it, but she's over there.
She's like, motherfuckers. So yeah, I think we gonna have a big reality check sometime real soon. And it's weird how for a quick minute there was a big burst of information about all this shit, and all of a sudden it's almost like a blackout, and everybody's saying, oh, it's just the political people, like the Republicans are getting blacked out, the Democrats are getting blacked, this and that. No problem. But you know, the political shit isn't the only thing that got blacked out. Like a lot of real news, a lot of fucked up shit that's been going on in the world. I mean, even if you don't want to go political-wise, like science-wise, environmental-wise, and it's all, you know, that's been fucking shut down, too. That's been fucking, like, way shut down. Like, One America News, you know, they have exclusive interviews with the fucking people from the Ukraine, the high-end people who are who apparently the White House, not the White House, but Congress won't let speak. And they're like, dude, why aren't you letting us talk? You know, why aren't you letting us tell you guys what the hell is going on? There's a lot of shady shit going on. Nah, they refuse to let them speak. I guess they got all subpoenaed, but they was like, nope, don't. Then today, like they all fucking said, like the cat who started this, the Adam Schiff dude, they said, well, we want him to testify. And the Democrats said, no, we don't want him to testify, so he's not going to testify. So then they was like, well, we want this supposed whistleblower to testify because it's already been proven that they're all fuckered up. And no, we don't want them to testify. But they had like 3 teachers, and the one even said, you know, I ain't even a Trump supporter, but this whole process is a joke. Like he was like, this is not a way to impeach a president. This is not a way, you know, although there are some, you know, I forget what word he used about this whole situation. You know, it wasn't, you know, the phone call was far from perfect in a lot of people's eyes. This whole process is a joke, and this is not a way to be doing this. You know, he started going off. Like, I mean, they all pretty much, like, I don't see. I'm still trying to find out what the fuck everybody is talking about, where they see all this evidence of our, you know, the president of doing this and that. Again, you know, nobody wants to look at the fucking big picture and the real shit that's fucking going on. You know, everybody needs to fucking start looking at Iran, you know, and start looking at Elon Omar and the people who fucking groomed her, and then look into the rest of the folks in the White House. I'm gonna just leave that out there hanging. All you Trump haters could fucking look that shit up. So, no, that ain't even touched close to any of my political shit yet. You look into any of that shit we was talking about with Rick Ross and all that? Well, you already knew about the Rick Ross shit.
Yeah, I knew about that.
But any of the conspiracies and shit on all that going on?
No, I did not.
Oh.
He said he's a busy man. He can't be bothered with that shit.
Alright. I guess I'm going to address... see, I could see where Scotty and I had a kind of a debate over a silly picture that Ricky posted. Or was it Jess? Ricky's wife. Anyways, it was the baby with all the needles.
I already knew it.
Yeah,
I already knew it.
Yeah, I seen it. I was like, if I was laying there, a picture with a bunch of needles, and said, look, I'm clean now or something, they would hate it. Don't do that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I see the whole, the whole premise of it. I see the thought of it.
Yeah.
My whole dickhead joke of it was, I'm wondering how the world would react if, and I mean, not only is it a dickhead joke, but just in the whole climate of the world these days anyways, it's a pretty good question. How the world would react instead of having a bunch of needles, fertility needles, all around that baby, which made that baby look like she was in the middle of a Saw movie. But instead of all the needles that it took for them to get pregnant, what about all the dicks? Like, say there's a bunch of penises around that baby. How would the world fucking react if it was a picture and all the penises around that baby? That to take, to get the woman pregnant.
Because that's a little different, because that's a bunch of dicks instead of a needle.
But
no, because usually it doesn't take multiple dicks, it just takes multiple times.
But there's exceptions to the rules. I have a good friend of mine, who, him and his wife, could not have kids. And they could not afford any kind of fertility or whatever. And they are totally loyal to each other, and they totally love each other, but they went out and they found people to have sex with his wife until she had a kid. And there's a lot of people who do, like, there was people in GM who didn't want fucking a baby daddy or want a husband or whatever, but they wanted a kid, so they were just going through people to now that GM situation is totally different. But as far as my friend and his wife, I don't know how many people it took or whatever, but they ended up having a kid. And they're still, committed to each other. That was, the whole thing was that whole shit. But they couldn't afford any of the fertility stuff. So that's where I was kind of varying with Scotty. Mm-hmm. Now, I see where Scotty's coming from with the whole monogamy thing. But in their eyes, and he was the husband, I believe, was even there. I wasn't videotaping it or nothing. But, the husband was there, and, they got what they got accomplished what they needed to get accomplished. Yeah. And they're a family now. They're happy folks. Nobody talks about it. Nobody, So that's where, and I didn't really want to fucking write that all out on Facebook. That's why I bowed out of that whole conversation there with that. Mm-hmm. Now the other one that Scotty bowed out of was the post that I put up about one of the other princes not being at Trump's whole shit when he's over there for NATO. What the hell is that other fucking shit's name? They usually Prince. It's not Prince Henry. It's because Prince Henry's all fuckered up. It's another the one where they have all the every time their fucking kids do something or every time she goes out fucking shopping or whatever the fuck, they always got to cover her shit. Oh my goodness. Well, anyways, they're not going to the castle or whatever. Mm-hmm. And an article that I seen, kind of made it, the headline kind of made it sound like it was because they didn't like Trump. But if you read the article, they just said, they had other shit to do and they ain't going to be able to make it, one of those type of deals. But the reason why I posted it was, it's mighty funny, because, and Scotty had no way of knowing this. Right before that, I watched the interview with Prince Henry talking about he never knew Epstein. He never knew any of these women that accused him of fucking rape, this and that. With Epstein never brought people to him. Then I watched the interview with the woman who was talking about it. And then, it was like a series of events, because the first one was an older interview. The next one was like a few days before, a few days after, or maybe a week after that. Or vice versa. Corey. But then all of a sudden, you see that these two aren't going to any kind of real public or doing any of their doings. They didn't really give a solid excuse that they just, they had other shit to do. And at the same time, Prince Henry is now not allowed to be out in the fucking public with any of his princely duties or anything. Everything just was real coincidental. It kind of all fell into place. And, like, Scotty's like, how does this, have to do with, anything? And that was another thing. Like, I wasn't going to just fucking all spill that all out on, be typing forever on fucking Facebook. I hate that. But, hell yeah, man. That's crazy shit. It ain't, HRC that's taking everybody out, man. I'm telling you. It's the motherfucking, it's the Crown. And the Crown, it's like jailhouse shit. It'll reach across the fucking ocean and fucking grab you, man. Mm-hmm. Putin don't even fuck with the Crown. You ain't never heard Kim Jong, whatever the fuck his name is, say anything about the Queen. Nothing. That motherfucker don't say shit about the Queen, the King, the Duchess, the whatever the fuck.
No.
None. You notice that shit? Not even them crazy motherfucking people in the sandbox. They don't say shit about the Crown. And there's more people just turning up dead on the whole Epstein thing. It's fucking crazy. See, I don't know about this. There's a kind of a shady headline there. We got about 20 minutes. Oh my God. Why do we give a fuck about Michelle Obama rejecting her husband's first official portrait? I'm not even gonna fucking say that about that one. Them fucking people just need to fucking go somewhere and live their goddamn life. I'm gonna have to use her too in the next fucking segment too, as part of the example of the whole shit. And I hate to, because it kind of glorifies her in some kind of way. But oh my God, this is the type of headlines that we have. Nobody wants to know what the fuck is really going on, but we have emotional moments. The Obamas drop off 18-year-old Sasha at college.
Oh yeah, what college she going to?
I don't give a fuck.
I just wanted to make sure.
What college I give a fuck about? The one my kids are going to. The one your kids is going to. The one Greg's kids are going to. Fuck them. What the fuck? Man. That's fucked up. I can't even believe you asked me that.
I just wanted to see how you felt.
Oh my god. Hey, what's this? This seems like it's pretty good. The headline of this is Ford is turning McDonald's fucking cups.
Yeah, so there's that.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Yeah.
What the fuck was that?
Oh.
Was that?
That.
That wasn't my shit, was
Yeah,
it?
it was.
Just don't talk.
Yeah, it did
Does it?
today.
The motherfucker's on mute.
And they wanted to talk to you.
Anyways,
And it just sent you a message to let you know. Like, hey,
No,
that was me.
that's-
Nah, I'm fucking with you.
I don't even know what that fucking thing. All right,
We being recorded.
the headline to this is no shit. Hey, that's pretty fucking cool. Ford is turning McDonald's coffee waste into headlights.
What? Coffee headlights?
Yeah. Listen,
Which one?
and this is CNN Business from New York. Ford has tapped McDonald's to help. Ford has tapped McDonald's to help it turn coffee parts into car parts. Starting this year, Ford is incorporating coffee shaft, coffee bean skin. Corey. Alright, let's see. Ford is incorporating coffee shaft, coffee bean skin that comes off during the roasting process into the plastic headlight housing used in some cars. It's asked McDonald's, which doesn't roast its own coffee, to connect it with suppliers. Hey, that's pretty cool shit. You know, for the environmental whack jobs, that's fucking very cool shit. That's recycling like a motherfucker. You know, they're making coffee bean headlights. I wonder how strong the plastic is. And then, you know, can you imagine it in the summer, or if you're on a long trip, your car would smell love, dude. It would smell like coffee like a motherfucker. In recent years, as consumers become more concerned about plastic pollution and carbon emissions, companies have made sweeping commitments to reduce their impact on the environment. They've also been developing innovative, sustainable materials to build. Dude, that's the whole fucking housing. That's pretty fucking awesome. I don't even like CNN. That's good reporting right there. Let's see. What's Elon Musk using? Soy-based foam for cushions. They're using waste from wheat, coconut, tomato, and other plants in cars in order to help meet more sustainability goals. I mean, as long as it's waste and not, you know, you ain't all of a sudden fucking cutting down, like, you know, all these dickheads out here who think these battery-powered cars are the way to go and all that shit, you know, while every little fucking African poor kid is digging up cobalt with his bare hands over in the Sudan, you know, just so you can, you know, be clean over here, you know, so you can drive your little Prius around and act like you're better than somebody.
Exactly.
Chinese got another son! Another son! You ain't gonna stop global warming until you stop the second son. You got another son? I mean, what, there's nothing else you can say to that. When the other son pops up, that's it. That's it. There is no, you know, get some SPF fucking 3000. You know, we ain't gonna die, but it's gonna get really warm. You know, somebody gonna have to, you know, figure out a way to put some, you know, maybe ice packs on the polar bears and the penguins and shit like that there. You know, but as far as I know, at least, you know, with the fucking media let me know, you know, that's all that's out there is polar bears and penguins. So if that's the only two species we gotta save, I'm sure we can find us, you know, some big coolers and put the polar bears and the penguins, you know, and we'll be good. You know, we'll put projects on Antarctica.
There you go.
Yeah. All right, you ready for a cigarette break, man?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Hell yeah.
All right, so we'll be back.
Fucking right. We are fucking back.
Yet again in this motherfucker.
Hell yeah, if you hear me munching, it's just me fucking up some pizza. I got the munchies like a motherfucker.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, so big props out to fucking Ford for making, you know, parts out of coffee. I mean, that's actually some really cool shit. But here's some silly shit, dude. I know a lot of people have been talking a lot of shit about Elon Musk's new Cybertruck, I guess they're calling it. I personally think it's pretty cool looking. I like it, but apparently this thing was supposed to have unbreakable windows.
Oh, yeah.
And he broke them motherfuckers at the unveiling. Looked like there's two big ass baseball bat fucking smashes in the side of it. That's silly shit right there.
Yeah, that makes you look like a dick.
I mean, like, nigga, you put a car into space, you couldn't make a fucking window not break? Or at least get a fucking fake bat? You know,
What did he say? We still working on that.
Yeah, we had to. Dude, that reminds me of the
Family Guy
what
gonna
was
do
it,
an
the
episode
first
about it now.
Avengers movie where they showed Tony Stark's dad come out with the flying car and then all of a sudden it broke down right there at the unveiling.
Oh, yeah.
Hit the ground. That's exactly what that reminded me of, dude. Silly as hell. Yeah, so, I mean, but hell, they're trying. At least they're fucking trying. See, that's what I'm talking about. You know, I'm all aboard, you know, the environmental, doing, you know, better for the environment in those ways. You know, because that right there, that industry is going to open up a lot of jobs. That industry is going to get rid of a lot of something that we have no use for. I mean, pretty much the only other use that I know of for that shit is, like, some people put coffee grounds and shit on, like, roses. Like, some shit like that, you know. Drug dealers pack their fucking drugs in it to get it across customs.
Yeah,
you know, back in the days. That's about it. So, I mean, fuck, they're making car parts and damn near they're talking about making cars out of it. That's what's up.
Oh, yeah.
So, hey, props to fucking CNN, I guess they did some good reporting for fucking once. And, props to fucking Ford. Because, you know, and you know what? In that same fucking breath, fuck GM. You know, they're laying off 814 motherfuckers from the Detroit plant now. After they all, you know, gave this big song and dance, we're gonna do this for you, we'll do that for you, sign this contract. Nope, you're gone. They could either fucking take a buyout or, I don't know, they gave them some other dumbass option, but they pretty much stuck it right in their ass. And then they're talking about leasing some space out in Lordstown to start building parts for something else. You dirty fucking cunt. I don't even remember what the fuck her name is, but you're a fucking cunt. Fuck you and fuck GM. You know, I hope fucking Trump fucking shuts down the border and all your cars have to stay down there. Ship them bitches to Venezuela. There'll be new houses for them. Oh my god. Chops my ass, dude. Fucking chops my ass. Uh-oh. Here's some news that's gonna get at people. Let's see what this is about. I don't know. Yahoo News is getting pretty fucking bad too, so. Uh-oh. Well, of course they make it sound like the worst, but the headline of it is, Trump administration moves to end food stamps for 700,000 people.
Oh shit. They're for real gonna try to get him out of there.
Oh yeah. According to Bloomberg, the Trump administration announced a plan Wednesday to end food stamp benefits for about 700,000 Americans, issuing a new regulation that makes it harder for states to gain waivers from a requirement that beneficiaries work or participate in a vocational training program. Oh, so that sounded like the people who refuse to fucking do the job program or whatever, they gonna get shut off.
Mm-hmm.
Agriculture Secretary Sonny Perdue said the new rule will move more food stamp recipients towards self-sufficiency and into employment. Conservatives have long sought cuts in federal food assistance programs for the poor. House Republicans tried to impose similar restrictions last year when Congress renewed the program, but were rebuffed in the Senate. See, tell me this doesn't sound biased, man. Why can't you just state the fucking facts? It isn't just for the poor. I know a lot of motherfuckers riding in Cadillacs who come down to the goddamn welfare office. Food, the child support office is right there. I'm there every fucking month.
Escalate all that shit.
Yeah, don't give me that fucking bullshit. The work requirement covers able-bodied recipients. A U.S. Department of Agriculture spokeswoman said it doesn't apply to recipients who are over 50, disabled, or pregnant, or anyone with a child under 18. The measure would be the first of 3 Trump administration initiatives curtailing food stamp benefits to take effect. The Urban Institute estimated in an analysis last month that the measures together would cut 3.7 million beneficiaries from Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Programs, or SNAP, food stamps, often known in its previous name, food stamps. No shit, yeah, I'm from the hood, dude. So, currently states can receive waivers for work requirements if their unemployment rates are at least 20% above the national rate. Well, yeah, see, motherfuckers want to say the unemployment ain't down. Unemployment is down. Now you done fucked your whole other situations up. That's what the Democrats might have something to run then. We'll give you your food stamps back. Mm-hmm. We're going to make you jobless again.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
That's the way it is.
It is.
That's all the Obama administration was. Mm-hmm. Don't work. We'll give you food stamps. We'll give you free health care. People talking about all this free health care shit. Y'all motherfuckers had it. And free food and free housing. Yeah, that's great. That's great. And on the other side of the end, while these idiots want all that shit, we got the far fucking Republican side saying, and let's keep all these babies. Yeah. With free food, and free health care, and free housing. Let's keep all these babies. So, excuse me, I'm savoring that last little bit of garlicky goodness on that on the crust on that pizza.
Yeah, me too.
Hit that shit, sis. Alright. So while we got Kitty Cat up and moving, I want to address kind of a debate that I was having on Facebook with a friend of mine, TJ. The other day, Greg and I talked about a bill that was trying to be passed. I read the article. It's pretty fucked up. But in Ohio, that pretty much forces doctors to perform a procedure that pretty much does not exist. You know, so they're pretty much winging it, or be charged with murder. And an ectopic pregnancy, is pretty much a miscarriage, and it could kill the fucking mother. And you pretty much, that's the universe saying, fucking try again. It's a sad situation, it happens, but fuck it, at least you get to try again. Mm-hmm. But now, they're saying that if a doctor doesn't remove because what happens is the egg attaches in the wrong place, and the baby starts growing in the wrong part of the woman, and fucking kill her. And it pretty much fucks the baby too. So, I mean, the whole situation is bad. You just, Control, Alt, Delete, try again. I guess that's the best way of putting it. But now they're trying to force doctors to take this, because pretty much when they remove that fetus, whatever the fuck you want to call it, from wherever it's attached, it's going to be dead. And they're making these doctors put it back into the woman's womb to just, I don't know.
For like a second chance? Like, here, like, we're going to try and help you out. Like, you're supposed to be here.
It's either that or the doctor's going to be charged with murder. Like, that's in the bill. Like, I thought this was some horse shit. Like, Greg and I was like, I read it, like, the whole article with Greg on one of the shows.
So let me piece this what I got here. All right, so they want to move the we'll just call it stuck embryo and put it where it's supposed to be. But even if, like, how long has it been stuck? What happened? What kind of deformities is this embryo going to have now? Like, what if it's already a done deal? Right. Like, stillborn. Like, why would you put the parent through that twice?
Dead. Yeah, you're putting it, and a lot of times, I mean, that thing is not going to survive that whole, let's rip this off of the fucking wall and put it up in the fucking pocket type deal. And if it does, like you said, what's the chances of having some kind of mental abnormality or physical abnormality? I mean, it sounds kind of fucked up, but it's more fucked up to, bring a life into the whole situation that you decide to play tetherball with.
Right.
That's fucked up.
It gives you the right to play golf.
Now,
like, what the fuck?
And I'm not exactly sure, but I'm pretty sure the same bill got passed. But my buddy, who is a big diehard conservative and he's a big pro-life guy, he posted it and he says, it's called the heartbeat bill. So now, if the child, they're saying that if the child or fetus or whatever has a heartbeat, then you cannot have a abortion. Well, a lot of times, first of all, that thing has a heartbeat before the mother even knows that she's pregnant.
Right.
He put a good, perfect world argument up. Saying about, all the pro-lifer, the typical pro-lifer arguments. Personally, it's none of my fucking business. I've said this before about the abortion, and it's none of his business. It's none of your business. It's nobody's fucking business but that person's mother, and sometimes, the father. Because, there's a lot of fucked up situations with that. Now, well, first, I want a woman's point of view before I go any further with it. What do you think about that, Kat? cat.
I think it's mostly circumstantial where I stand, but I don't believe in just getting an abortion just because that's what you feel like fucking doing because you don't want to take care of a kid. Like, no, fuck that shit.
I think that's wrong, but I feel, first of all, we have a lot of laws in America that a lot of us don't like. I don't give a fuck what party you follow or whatever.
Oh,
a lot
absolutely.
of these laws protect a lot of pieces of shit that they shouldn't. A lot of these laws are good, and a lot of these laws don't make any sense. But we follow these laws because we're American. And a lot of the rights that are given to a lot of people, that's their rights. Mm-hmm. That's what the fuck it is. And we do not have a fucking right to tell anybody they can do anything with their body. You know, we have a right to, you know, we could stop somebody if they're trying to commit suicide or whatever. But ultimately, we are one of the few countries that do that. And then, you know, you could go to jail for trying to commit suicide. Would you gonna give me life for trying to take my life? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Pretty much.
That doesn't even make sense. You know, nobody looks at the underlying problem of the mental health issue or trying to actually help or take care of these people. They don't give a fuck about that.
No, they don't.
They're just steady passing laws.
Just another number.
Stupid shit. So, with that being said, alright. So, we don't have the right to like, I can't tell you whether, alright, you want to go out and have a booty dance with 5 dudes and then, oh, I'm knocked up, so, you know, I'm going to have an abortion. You know, it's fucked up, but you got the right to do that. Because the first time I infringe upon that right, the first time a community infringes upon that right, or anyone does that, that opens the door to everything else. So, okay, well, she was, and I'm not talking about you. But, you know, say,
okay.
You know, this girl is a slut, and, you know, she uses abortion as birth controls, so we're gonna fucking totally ban abortion. But, you know, this dude over here is trafficking in little girls and knocked up fucking 5 of them, but they gotta keep their babies. That's what this encompasses. Because you can't, it's the good and the bad. You know, there's always gonna be good in the fucking bill, but nobody looks at the shitty. You know, or you'll always look at the shitty part of the bill, nobody looks at the good. You know, just like I said, they're putting this out as the heartbeat bill, as every you know, fetus has a chance at life and this and that. But nobody said nothing about charging a doctor with murder for damn near fucking putting a dead body in a fucking woman and letting it rot. Mm-hmm. But that's what's in the fucking bill. You know, and then because of this debate, and people really want to know my views, you same people who are against abortion, you fucking, I hate to say it, but I mean, just for the sake of this argument, you privileged fucking, you know, white folks out there who think that the world is just, you know, that Leave It to Beaver lifestyle that we all kind of aspire for, but that are still sitting there and forgot what the fuck goes on in the real world. Just remember, all that times that you're bitching about the paying taxes for the immigrants, all the times you're bitching about paying for food stamps, all the times you're bitching about paying for everybody else's free ride, you start eliminating abortions and you're adding more fucking taxes. You're adding more freeloaders. Mm-hmm. You're adding more free rides. You are adding more to the fucking problem. But again, it's not my right to say here nor there. Right? What I just said, as strongly as I feel about it, has no fucking relevance. None whatsoever.
Nope.
You know, I mean, it's okay to fucking let a baby fucking live. Unless he trespasses on your front yard, then you can blow him the fuck away and you can't take your gun. Just think about that. Just think about that. because the same people are pushing this pro-life bullshit are the same ones that are pushing stand your ground laws. So let me fucking, let this fucking child that was, I'm sorry to say, but wasn't supposed to be born to begin with, live off the government's tit until he's pretty much forced into a socio-economical hell and becomes this stereotypical fucking thug out here on the street, goes onto the wrong person's property, boom, you're dead. But I got the right to do that. You don't take my gun, you don't take my land, you don't take my property. What the fuck kind of twisted cycle is that?
I don't know about that.
So, I mean, I hope TJ and his people, hear that part of the debate and remember it's none of his goddamn business. And it's none of mine either. It ain't nobody's business. Nobody's business but that person and that whatever you want to call it floating around in them and their makers. That's it. And most of that whole equation is right there in that whole little mix.
Yep.
Well, there's really nothing else to say about it. Even most people, what you want to believe in Jesus, in God, let's go to the Bible. What's the Bible say about that? Nothing. Not a motherfucking thing. You know what the Bible says? It says take that baby and sacrifice it. You know what it says? It says take your teenage boy to the top of a fucking rock and listen to a bush and fucking, go slit his fucking throat. Oh, wait. Right before you scare the shit out of him, go kill that goat right in front of him instead. Yeah, that's good though. That's your Bible talking there. That's your fucking Bible talking. Think a fucking line, fucking look that shit up. Look it the fuck up. What you gotta need with the baby dicks? What you got? I'm happy I have, I'm circumcised, but honestly, what you gotta need with the baby dicks? And that goes even over to the Jews. Jews are munching baby dicks. What the fuck? Oh, you don't know? Corey got the look on his face. Corey, you don't know about that? You don't know what a moil is? They got a name for the guy who munches baby dicks. His name is a fucking moil.
That's terrible.
That's what the Jewishes do. You ever heard of a bris? Yeah, that ain't iced tea, nigga.
No. I knew that.
A bris is where they fucking circumcise a Jewish baby. Yeah, and a lot of times if they go old school, the motherfucker choose to skid off. What? Look, we talk about Allah, that fucking shit where they like to cut the little girls' pussy lips off and shit like that. But, Yahweh ain't too much motherfucking better. Just look at the fucking book. You want to, and you guys, I mean, now, on the other hand, on the other side, there's a lot of good messages in there. There's a lot of good, so if that's what you choose to believe in the good parts, and that keeps you in good faith, and that keeps we aren't doing that no more. We aren't taking people's faith anymore. So if that keeps you a good person and all that shit in your life, you keep rolling with it. But don't start feeding the world bullshit, and you're believing in bullshit because you're just gonna be in a bunch of bullshit. What'd you feel about that whole the abortion thing there, Corey?
Like what you said. I did. I mean, it ain't. Some people, they got the right to. Everyone got the right to do it, I guess. But people that need to do it, like what you said, like if they got raped or anything on that basis, then yeah, I see why they want to do it. But yeah, if you're just out there getting knocked up and doing it, no,
it's fucked up.
That's fucked up.
But
or if the baby's so far along, then don't no.
But you gotta look now. Sure, now look at it this way. Now, let's start mixing states hand in hand. Because now, what was it in New York? you're allowed to just yank babies out. But not only that, you're allowed to just have uncertified people just, pretty much you can have a drive-through abortion now up in New York.
Yeah, that's all them big, like, businessmen knocking up all them hookers and shit. They don't want that shit to go away.
Not necessarily.
No, it was a joke.
There's a lot of suburbs on that bitch.
Yeah,
now, you take, there's going to be fucking pretty much abortion junkets. There's just going to be buses. It's going to be like, when these chicks go up to Niagara Falls and shit to the casinos. They're going to just go up to New York. It's going to be a big abortion fucking run. But it's not our place, dude. It's not our place. And then, if you really want to look into shit, I mean, even the environmentalist whack jobs have to jump on it for this. The population, the overpopulation, the just as an environmental catastrophe alone, one child is a fucking environmental disaster within its first year, especially in this day and age. Plastic diapers, plastic bottles, chemicals fucking laden food, the formula. That formula didn't come from no fucking lady's tit. Oh. That powder, that ain't powdered titty milk fucking, you're making none of that shit. Where the fuck you think the rice in that whole, in the cereal, in the rice milk, in the pudding, where do you think that rice comes from? The rice comes from the litter box. Yeah. The litter box is fucking chemical laden with arsenic and everything else from the bombs that's been dropped all over there. That's why we can't get rice from fucking Vietnam or Korea anymore. Because it's all covered with fucking chemicals and Agent Orange and arsenic and shit. You notice it a lot in dog food. Like, people think giving dogs lamb and rice or chicken and rice dog food, it's good for them. And then they're watching their dogs slowly fucking decay and shit, wondering why. That shit's like MSG to the fucking dogs. And MSG was developed as a humane way of killing the fucking dogs and cats so they could eat them over in the fucking Asian countries. It deadens, to humans, it deadens your taste buds, and it makes everything taste good. You ever notice when you go to a Chinese buffet, everything looks good, smells good, but all tastes the same? Wonder why? Yeah. Just think about that shit, dude.
What's so funny, Jeremy? Baby boy.
Look like I just blew his fucking mind.
Yeah, he's in that.
The last 3 hairs on his head are standing up like. So, did I do the whole animal cruelty thing? Did I talk about the animal cruelty thing?
When you first got here, I don't know if we was on the air though. I do not remember.
Yeah, me neither. I'm hot.
Yeah, no, smoking. What's that?
I got a buzz. Try some of the fucking Kahlua, pussy.
Ah.
Jeremy, you want a little bit of this?
It's chocolate milk.
It's like chocolate milk. This would actually be good with some coffee, man. Should have Kat make some coffee.
Yeah, some people. I know people putting in their coffee. My dad does.
Oh, my mom does. That's why. How do you think I started drinking them motherfuckers? What are your thoughts on the whole situation, Greg?
What?
What are your thoughts on the whole abortion situation?
I think it depends on the person.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
But I think there needs to be some kind of guidelines for people like you said, that are using it as birth control. A line has to be drawn somewhere.
I totally understand that.
Yeah.
I feel like, although the system wasn't perfect to begin with, it was fine until everybody started wanting to go with the whole women's movement, the LMNOP movement, and then they started poking at fucking Trump, and when you start poking at fucking Trump, he's going to poke you. Look, either leave it the fuck go, or it's going to get worse. Mm-hmm. And that's exactly what happens. They keep poking at... If anybody, if you don't like him, at least know the asshole that he is. You know, he ain't one of them motherfuckers that's going to just toy with you. He'll let you go the first couple of times. But after that, that's it. That's it. You know, he's like that fucking parent. Look, I'll let you go. I'll let you go. Bah! Look, motherfucker, I told you. Now, you went from, all right, what was it, like 6 months? Or no, not 9 months. It was like half the distance or whatever, the gestation, you could have got an abortion. You know, which was, in and of itself, that's pretty fucking long term. You know what I'm saying? That's a long time to get your thoughts together and see if you can do this shit. But no, that wasn't good enough. We want to go all the way till the baby got, the baby can high five the fucking doctor out the vagina and then decide whether we want to kill it or not. Nah, Trump said no. They kept wanting to push it through. Trump said no. They pushed that shit through. Okay, now motherfuckers, you ain't allowed to fucking have an abortion at all in certain places. And now the first time there's a heartbeat, you can think that's a fart. And boom, that's it. Guess what? You're a parent now. Either that or, like I was saying earlier to Corey, they're going to start, because you can pretty much, it's still in New York, that Lord forbid, them babies got to come out with a flak jacket on. But there's going to be they're going to have trips going up to New York, I feel like. You know how the old ladies fucking go up to Canada for gambling and shit? They get them charter buses. They're going to be charter busing up there for abortions. I can see it already. It's going to be like a fun thing now.
Wow.
Next Sunday, we're going to meet up at the church. Everybody going up to New York. Lunch is included. It's going to be $2.99. You get lunch. You get a ride there. You get a ride back.
That's fucked up.
And a free little butt pillow.
Terrible.
And then, like I was, the overpopulation thing, what the fuck are you going to do with all the resources? Where are we going to get all this shit? Because, these same... Was somebody talking shit now?
No. Something to do.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, now you got all these fucking people that are about to lose their welfare because, they're able-bodied. But, a lot of these able-bodied people, for one circumstance or another, can't do some of the shit. I mean, I'm a firm believer. If you good and say you got a situation you can't work, but you get pretty good on food stamps and they gonna send you somewhere to help out 2-3 days a week. Fuck, I spend almost 4 hours a fucking day, 5 days a week at an animal shelter. Nigga, you could go. Help somebody at an old folks home, or go hold a stop sign in front of a school or something, asshole. What the fuck? I mean, I know food stamps ain't that much in the fucking world, but fuck, if you got $100, nigga, you can spend you a few hours out in front of the school. Just the way I look at it. I mean, you want that free health care? Nothing is free, nigga. Nothing is free. It might not come out your wallet, but it'll come out your ass.
One way or the other.
You got to think that. The world don't realize that. If it ain't coming out your motherfucking wallet, it's coming out your ass. That's men and women. The whole horse shit, this whole free this and free that bullshit, it just ain't gonna be fucking working. And if we keep believing it and we keep letting these kids push this bullshit, that's what's gonna be the problem. This whole abortion thing is just the fucking start of it. This is, letting people tell you what the fuck you can and can't do. This is people fucking, causing more atrocities than saving anything. Like I said before with the whole ectopic pregnancy. Now, if there's a couple who find out they have this problem and they want to try and say this doctor, would you try to put this up there or whatever, that's one thing. But to tell a doctor who could risk his own license, his Lord knows how much is insurance, his credibility, his everything's built, just because some asshole in fucking Capitol Hill who don't know two fucks about biology or physiology or gynecology or any of that ology shit, you know, is gonna say, no, you put that there. You put the little fishy back in the bowl. But the fishy ain't swimming no more. You put the fishy back in the bowl. But the fish is floating to the top. You put the fishy back. It's stinky. You put the stinky fishy back. That's exactly what it is, man. And the whole point of sugarcoating it for the like I said, that the other part of America is let's see, I hate even putting it like that, you know, because that makes me, you know, and I know I said privilege, but you know, I don't believe in that the whole white privilege thing. It's more of a socio-economical thing, you know. It's just the way it is, you know. It's not a racial thing or a stereotype thing. It's, you know, we all aspire to that better living, you know. Just like the Obamas, you know, when they made it, they didn't move to the hood, you know. They moved into a big richy neighborhood with mansions and shit, you know. They're moving to fucking Martha's Vineyard. Mm-hmm. They ain't moving to, you know, a project in Chicago. So, but a lot of times, and I caught myself doing it too when I moved out to Liberty, and I moved, you know, from a better situation than I was at. I lost sight of a lot of what goes on in, I won't say so much as the real world, but I will say as I lost sight that there was another part of the world there. You know, that there's a whole nother set of circumstances. It's almost like another dimension. You know, you lose sight that that's there when it is there. And I think a lot of these folks out here lose sight of that shit. They just see it from their own perspective. And their heart is in the right place. You know, I'm a firm believer that TJ's heart is in the right place. But no matter what, you know, in my eyes, casting judgment or forcing someone or telling someone when they can and can't have an abortion is the same thing to me as opening the fucking borders. You know, you don't have a fucking right here to be here illegally. You know, you come here legally, come the fuck on. Come on. I'll help you get a job. You did what you had to do to get here? Fuck, you more than fucking welcome.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, in my eyes, you know, that just is just as fucked up. You're casting judgment, and, you know, you're forcing people to, you know, you open the borders and let all these people in illegally, then you're forcing the people, especially the people right there at the border, to deal with that situation. You're forcing communities that could be very good communities that may be able to sustain this, you know, new population of people, but you're also, you know, devastating communities that are barely afloat, that barely have the resources, that barely have the educational fucking whatever, that have anything. But they're gonna get flooded with more. Now what? Can't do that shit. Can't do that shit. So, it's about the same time we took our last break. Let's go have a cigarette, my man.
Yeah, I'm down.
I don't know. Half the time.
Go ahead, Margo. We're good.
Hey, we on, man?
We all?
Knock, knock.
Knock.
Guess who's there?
Hey, I heard niggas say, you sure you don't want to smoke some? I was like, shit, what you talking about? We trying to get some sugar on this motherfucker. Can I get some sugar? Yeah, I got a buzz off this shit, man. Off the egg. Huh? Who did what?
Okay, do you want some sugar?
Well, I'm gonna need a little bit more of that.
Oh, Chan, you container. She gave you the. Oh, okay, I see what we on.
Like how much more? Should I
That-
just get the big tub out?
That's right. Chan.
Yeah, that.
Goddamn glass thing with all the sugar in it.
I can't.
No, you get packaged like you tell me.
It's tough.
Yeah.
So I bought those because they were free.
All right, so we're doing the sugar dance. I got the sugar shakes.
Yeah.
Man, hey, look, I don't know if I'm just high or what, man, but the MC Hammer pants is killing me. They're just killing me. Yeah. Like I'd pimp them. Dude, I actually found, I guess, in one of my high strolls or whatever, I bought an elf costume outfit or whatever, but it kind of looks almost like a mean elf type deal. I don't know. But in the midst of it, I guess I got these big, flashy, red, sparkly, yoga pantsy type shits to go with it. So, come fucking Christmas time, shit's gonna get weird. Yeah, we might have a Heston G show where I come in dressed like an elf with my nuts just hanging out of the yoga suit or the yoga pants. Oh, look, phone just up and walked away. Yanked the cord out and said, fuck you.
Bye-bye.
Your kid is over there ordering fucking Fortnite shit.
He ain't even here.
Even worse, Mikey's probably got that bitch getting cable. He jacked you. He's like, I got a social security number. I need it turned on at least till after Christmas. I know I got bad credit. Oh, fuck. So, we got an hour left.
An hour left, yep.
I guess we'll wrap this up with the motherfucking, the little bit of politics that, that we're out there. Kamala Harris is no longer part of the fucking Democratic race. She claims that there was lack of support or whatever, which is horseshit. That just pretty much is a big fuck you to her constituents. But, not only that, but it's mighty funny that, 2 days prior to her just falling off the wagon, one of her people resigned from her campaign and went over to one of the other people's campaigns. Said there was a lack of leadership, there was a lack of direction, that pretty much everything was, for lack of better words, just all Mickey Mouse. And then lo and behold, boom, she's not running anymore. And then there's this whole thing, Trump said, oh, yeah, we'll miss you, kind of being a dick. And she was like, well, I'll see you at your trial. Which, a lot of people going to see Donald Trump at the Senate trial. I can't wait to see that shit. Because that's when everybody going to have to show up. It ain't going to be the Democrats can't tell nobody no, they can't testify. It ain't going to be like, no, we're going to hold this papers or we're going to... No. Everybody gonna have to be held accountable. That means Adam Schiff. That means fucking Nadler. That means Comey. That means Brennan. That means Peter Strzok, Lisa Page, all the Bidens, the Clintons, all that motherfuckers.
All you motherfuckers.
That's why he keeps saying, he like Donald Trump keeps egging the impeachment on. He keeps telling them that he wants to be impeached, that he wants this to go to trial. He even said publicly that he does not, because the Democrats were talking about getting rid of Pelosi, the Speaker of the House. He's like, I don't want them to get rid of Pelosi. I don't want them. And he even made a point to say, and even keep crying Chuck Schumer. He wants them to stay there. He wants people don't fucking forget one of his first iconic speeches that he ever made was, or in it, he stated he was going to drain the swamp, the corruption in, on Capitol Hill. He said he did not care whether they were Republican. He did not care whether they were Democrat. Well, everybody makes this big point that everybody around Trump is going to jail and everybody doesn't. That doesn't sound like something he said he was gonna fucking do. You ever notice that everybody goes to jail around him except him and the people he came there with? That don't dawn on it. Or in the same speech, he said that NATO was gypping us, that we were paying for everything, that everybody else needs to start paying their fair share. That was a big part of his speech. Now, he even stated that the reason why he stopped aid to Ukraine not only was the whole corruption thing, but it was the whole, Germany was supposed to be kicking in. And so is Canada, and so is France, and so is everybody else. But nobody else is doing dick. And before the Trump administration even fucking came to power, the only aid that the U.S. sent was a little bit of money and some blankets. At the height of the Obama administration, the Ukraine was getting pounded by war. And the same Democrats, these same ones that are talking shit now, are the ones that said, no, we ain't sending them fucking weapons. You're fucked up. Send them a blanket. Let them cover their asses while they're getting fucking bowled over by a Russian tank. Send them some red flags. Don't hold them fuckers up and surrender. Or white flags, whatever. Send them something. Don't send them no goddamn guns or, Lord forbid, a fucking tank. Trump did that shit, motherfuckers. And then I already say something about, like I asked Corey, but he couldn't remember, about the whole vegan thing. Or did I say that on the air, or was that just a conversation outside, like off the air?
I think that was off the air.
Thing. Yeah. Here's another thing, that touches on politics that it almost got me going for a quick minute. Trump passed a new law making animal cruelty a federal crime, And as a volunteer at the shelter, as an animal lover, I'm all for it. I was good shit. So, a buddy of mine who I'm always going back and forth with decides to post an article that says 99% of the animals, or this bill does not protect 99% of the animals of animal abuse. So, as much as this dude does no research and always posts dumb shit, I had to fucking look into it. I had to. So I started reading it, and it's all pretty fucking good shit. I mean, it talked about the whole bill that Donald Trump passed. And then it starts going on, and I started reading this shit. Here, I should have known. The name of the website was The Veganist or some shit like that. And here, the animals that they're talking about are farm animals. Not only are they, and they're not even talking about like because I know there are a lot of, especially big time commercial farmers that have very shitty practices with their animals. They're looping everything together. They're not even taking that into consideration. They're just talking about us eating cows and chickens and shit like that. You know, our regular food. They're talking about hunting and fishing and you know, all types of shit like that. Those are animals they're talking about. So it just shows you how the media twists headlines to make you think one thing when they're really just talking about some dumb shit. So don't be fooled out there. That was the fucking stupidest fucking article I've ever read. And for somebody, for an anti-Trump person to just post that and not read what it was about and just think it was like, oh yeah, here's something else against Trump. You're a fucking moron, dude. That was one of the silliest goddamn articles I've read, just in the fact that you thought it was an anti-Trump thing, dude. You're a fucking idiot. And that goes out to my dude Chris. You know, I would just let you know you're a fucking idiot. Do your research. Hey, the fucking asshole Pope fucking actually said something worth fucking, you know, repeating. Says Pope Francis says viewing people with disabilities as second class is a social sin. I don't know if I would use sin, but it's not fucking right. And, you know, what a piece of shit anyways. You know, tell your people to quit touching little boys. You know, that's a social sin. You know, your hand on a fucking child's penis is a social sin. Pass it on. I mean, oh look, Joe Biden says he's not going to show up to any trial. Oh, why? Because you're going to be too busy covering your son's ass. You know, he's over there fucking hiding with Pelosi's son. That motherfucker, shady motherfucker. You know? And I'm wondering, see, the more and more, if you want to get into real, like, just high conspiracies, just think about this. Now, we got Joe Biden's son, the crackhead, who, you know, is constantly down the road from the White House at the whorehouse. He may or may not be taking it in the ass while he's smoking crack. Then you got Pelosi's son down in Cali. He got the whorehouse and fucking dope house. Now, do you think Pelosi's son was selling dope to fucking Biden's son? And that's why they're all trying to cover each other's ass? You know, because it seems to me like if Biden's son likes crack and whores and Pelosi's son is business is crack and whores, I mean, you know, they seem to be like, cousin, what you doing? Oh, you remember me from the family reunion. What you got on my whore? I need smile me a rock till the election.
Come on with it. Just a little
You know
one.
my dad good for it, man. Look, I stole my dad's credit card, man. Let's go to Epstein's Island.
That shit don't get expensive.
Oh fuck! check this shit out. For 20 years, a Tennessee baby thief kidnapped more than 5,000 children from the streets, hospitals, and shanty towns of Memphis. Now, 70 years later, survivors of her house, it was a chick. Survivors of her house of horrors are confronting the past. She looked like Mrs. Doubtfire. Dude, they just showed black and white, but man, she looked like Mrs. Doubtfire. That's scary, like a younger Mrs. Doubtfire. Georgia Tan. She ran a kidnapping and adoption ring. Ooh. Well, in this day and age, she'd have a steady supply since, there ain't no abortions going on.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd think that would be a lucrative business now that you pay the right, if you pay the right taxes and get the right permits. Fuck, go to New York. Alright. Let's see. For over 20 years, Georgia Tan ran a lucrative child kidnapping and adoption ring. As the executive director of the Tennessee Children's Home Society, Tan got rich by stealing babies from their parents and adopting them out to unsuspecting families. More than 5,000 children were snatched by Tan, and at least 500 children are believed to have died while under her care. Surviving adoptees from the Children's Home Society spoke with the insider about what they endured and how they found out who they were. No one knows or perhaps cares to remember the exact day the Children's Home Society in Memphis closed. What is known is that 69 years ago, in late November or early December, that the place workers later called a house of horrors closed its doors for good. Well, that was back in the day, man. You're just bringing this shit up now? I mean, come on. I'm sure it was kind of shitty, but, I mean, everything was shitty back in the day. That wasn't the only orphan. I mean, it was shitty that they were getting kidnapped. At least they got adopted out. We got people just disappearing in the fucking national forest now. Or we got fucking people coming. I'm still trying to figure out where all these girls that are being trafficked from Mexico into the U.S. are going. If Ohio, like I keep saying this and I'll keep saying it, if Ohio is the biggest human trafficker state, then where are all the hookers? I still ain't found a $20 blow. I ain't found man, I ain't found a blow job since back in '82. ain't no hookers around. When they shut Craigslist down, that was it.
Done.
No more hookers.
And Craigslist's little brother, Backpage. At least Craigslist had a little class. Backpage was just straight up grimy. You couldn't even, Craigslist, you had to write you a little something about yourself. Backpage would just show you a picture of a pussy and give you a number and a price. That's all it was. You got some silly little story with Craigslist, like tongue punching the fart box and all that type of stuff there. Look at my turd, my hole is clean. Some shit like that. But Backpage was like, Debbie, and show you a fucking shave snatch and a phone number, $50. Then you zoom up real close and you see that ain't stubble. There's something crawling on that.
Ain't right.
Something ain't right with Gucci.
Oh, man.
Can you imagine? I'm still on the whole abortion thing, man. You know how many more fucking just back alley abortions are gonna happen?
Yeah.
And just the damage and trauma that this whole bullshit is gonna. That's gonna have to be appealed by the Supreme Court or something. That just. I just don't see it as right. It's just not right at all. But again, whether it's not my decision. It's not my right to fuck say anything. Oh my God. Here they go. What if Trump don't concede to the Democrat if he loses? Oh, kind of like Hillary Clinton? But anyways, I got off sidetrack. The whole Kamala Harris thing. You know, now that she's no longer fucking running for president because, you know, she sucks and she's a lying fucking cocksucker, literally. Now we get to watch the Democrats rip each other apart. Because there's always that asshole. And it isn't only there's Republicans and it isn't only Democrats. There's just always that asshole who has to pull the fucking race card. And that's what they did. Oh, because Kamala Harris is black, she got pushed out of the fucking whole Democratic debate. And it's because, you know, it's all older, rich, white men that can be president, and only older, rich, white men are running, and this and that. No. So, now it's all going to start going apart, because that's going to be the narrative now. There's nobody, you know, Cory Booker, gone. You know, fuck Kamala Harris, gone. You know, and which, you know, and she tried to say that, you know, America wasn't ready for their first woman president of color. Look, and this, you know, I got sidetracked in the beginning, so this goes back to the old Michelle Obama thing. If that sorry fucking Patrick Ewing looking cunt decides to fucking run for president, do you know how many motherfuckers would be on her nuts? So don't give me that America doesn't want a woman of color. They'd be sucking Michael Obama's dick right now if they could. And with that, I'm going to give a shout out to Don Cody and the Little Yellow Bus and DC Media and Scullers Bay and Paul Goon and
all our peoples.
All the rest of our peoples out there. And y'all make sure you stay tuned. We got motherfucking, y'all doing a show tomorrow night?
I'm not sure. I'll let you know.
So we'll definitely, we either gonna have Scotty's show or an SAG show
Friday,
or some kind of motherfucking show Friday. So check that shit out. And for all my people out here, over here around where I'm at, be careful outside. It looks like it's getting kind of shitty. Roads is kind of getting nasty out there. That's actually why I'm kind of wrapping this up a little bit early, because I don't have my truck. And you know, Honda and you know, they don't have that much ice in China.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of warm out there, and you know, unless you're in the mountains, and then, you know, I'm not riding a donkey. Yeah. So
never ride that donkey.
So my little Honda Odyssey, I don't suspect to be too good in the ice or snow.
Yes.
So with that, ladies and gents, props out to everybody. Remember, don't believe a fucking thing I say. Look that shit up yourself. Then you can come and say I was right. And from everybody at S&G, if y'all don't hear back from us, or we don't hear from y'all, happy holidays, and be careful. I'm out.